The syrupy dead body absorbs the light, and the winged insect that flees to avoid it. There is also a meandering white nematode that seems not to notice. The backlight soon disappears, leaving its stench amidst the darkness. The shadows of those hideous insects are scorched into my retinas, and they sway like the light of a heat haze in the darkness. Something was creeping up from the pit of my stomach. I'll endure it. What is throwing up going to do here if I have the choice? I immediately shut my mouth, enduring what had come up. The intermingled acidic taste of the vomit that had come up and the scent of my stomach... What? Jesus, the scent of my stomach acid lingering in my nostrils mixed with saliva and caused my eyes to water in pain. Why was it so painful? I can't figure out the answer to my doubts, not at all. I cover my eyes with both hands. I couldn't have made it if I didn't. But shutting out my vision leaves my sense of smell, causing the smell of rotten water. Rotten water? And the stench of the dead body to become more intense, so I uncover my eyes. No. What is this? This is a place for the customers. Is it really all right for this to be here? No, of course it's not! The fuck is wrong with you? You've just gone into somewhere you shouldn't have. They're not going to leave decaying corpses of fish lying around in an aquarium. On top of that, I was in the middle of chasing Marie, wasn't I? No, that isn't the problem. It's strange enough that there is a place like this in the middle of an aquarium. Anyway, I have to get out of here. The stench is so overpowering, it's as if I can see it. I want to get out of here quickly, satisfying myself with the argument that it's a garbage dump or something. And that if I only get away, I'll be fine. At any rate, I can go back the way I came. No, that's no good. I might run into Davette. At this moment, I don't want to see her face. So you're going to go deeper into the place with decaying fish, because it'll be slightly awkward if you see something. It's flawless logic, I'm sure you'll agree. My eyes having adjusted a bit to the darkness, I search for a way out. Here the tanks are broken, the little remaining water stinking, and bodies of living things have tumbled out here and there. I think about how happy I am that I can't see. Even so, to find the exit, I'll have to look around. My nose has begun to go numb, and thanks to that, I'm somehow able to retain my sanity. Before long, I find a dim emergency light behind one of the tanks and head towards it as if it were the last help I could cling to. I feel squishing several times beneath my feet, but I try to ignore it and move on. As I move towards the emergency light, it seems the smell is becoming faint. I get used to the scattered shards of glass and the rotten fish corpses just before I reach the door. The tip of my shoe feels as if it has kicked something hard, something different from before. Wondering what I had kicked, I casually look down. No. What is it, a human body now? Has the fucking fly stopped? Yeah, okay. That fly was going for ages. I get the sensation that all the blood has stopped flowing through me and that my heart has stopped completely. Well, what is it you've seen? The round thing I kept has patches of hair, 2 eyes, a nose with a bone in it, and a mouth. Altogether, it is a human. Yeah. The round thing I kicked has patches of... Yeah. Altogether, it is a human face. I mean, in the nicest possible way, you kept walking down a hall where you saw 2 dead, decaying fish. What the fuck is wrong with you? Speaking accurately, it's a head rather than a face. You see what I mean? Right, again, okay. We're supposedly in shock. Right? Look at the background, right? We're in shock. Our hearts beating. The blood in us has stopped. What we choose to think is, speaking accurately, it's a head rather than a face. It's completely lifeless and rolls away with a flopping sound when my foot touches it. Seeing the state that the head is in, I begin to feel ill again, despite having finally calmed down from before. You're in shock, aren't you? Why the fuck are you speaking like that? I am in shock. Speaking accurately, it is indeed a head rather than a No! Of the white cranium! Do you see... Of the white cranium, only the forehead area seems to be exposed. It seems this is new and has only just begun to decay. No, for starters. There is no way a human head should be rolling around. Oh, you reckon? There's no way a human head should be rolling around here. Well done, you. 10 out of 10 for points of deduction. Truly, Dr. Holmes is going to be calling on you to be the next Sherlock. Like, what? You hurt me. It's my imagination, or it has to be from some model. Imagination. I haven't yet looked in the direction it was rolling, convincing myself that it isn't a human head, it really is different, so there was no satisfying myself. I placed my hands on the door in an attempt to escape. Unable to control my shaking hands, it takes 3 tries before I can open the door. Now, don't get me wrong, right? It's really annoying when people just speak normally. During times like this, just a stutter is added. That's really annoying. However, this is completely different. You know, the hell is this? This is someone who's like, oh my god, I'm so scared. By all means, I'm going to speak in a totally proper manner. Like, no. It's a heavy fire door that is usually open. And what are we going to? And when are we going to find our sister, more to the point? It's lots of jellyfish. Weird jellyfish. This jellyfish has anchors in it. I'm amazed they're not just sort of crawling on the bottom. What are these here? They've got like 4 little dots in it. Ah, this is the PS3 module. Awesome. This is the alien module. This is sort of like the baby jellyfish. Like, they don't want to tell them yet that their parents are a bit weird, so they're sort of locked away behind rolling heads, so they just sort of let them reside there. I don't know what this is. The mushroom jellyfish, I guess? I mean, they have to be sort of hidden away, because let's face it, no one likes mushrooms. They're weird. Very odd. This is... I step inside with my thoughts racing. Still completely calm. And the atmosphere changes completely once more. I can hear the sound of the door closing behind me. Inside, it is a very clean place. The transparent water is tinted by a faint blue, and inside float fantasy-like jellyfish. Countless pillar-shaped tanks are spread around, and the water shimmers as it reflects the light of the fluorescent lamp. Red and yellow, green and purple, the jellyfish's body is diffusing light like a prism. In spite of the strange place I have reached, I am fascinated by the shimmering live art display. Davette, I mutter without thinking. I quickly shake my head, erasing the image of Davette's face that appears in my mind. Earlier, she didn't come after me. After all, Davette chose on her own to part ways from me. I'm sure it's because she dislikes me now. Oh, you hurt me. It isn't something I should worry about. Even at a quick glance, I can see that there are various types of jellyfish in the tank. Having made efficient use of the small space, it's a charming area. It vividly expresses the starry sky, as is fitting of the name Mantum Aquarium. We are scared shitless. Our thought is racing around. We've just seen a human face. Okay? Now, bear all of that in mind. I'm going to read that last sentence to you. It vividly expresses the starry sky, as is fitting of the name Mantum Aquarium. What? You're supposed to be shitting yourself. Compared to the earlier Fish of the World booth, this one isn't the least bit in decay. Going back is dangerous. I can't do anything by stopping here. I have to press on. I feel worried about Davette all of a sudden. I'll go back. I can't think what's the right one. Going on is dumb, but also the one that I should probably do because it's more exciting. Like, I think going back would be the logical decision and something we should have fucking done yonks ago. Maybe. Nah, we'll keep pressing on. YOLO it up. Going back is dangerous. Yeah, okay. And so I start towards the starry sky. There is no starry sky. I gaze in fascination to the right and left of me. If circumstances weren't what they are, I would have stopped and stared into every tank. The tanks lined up all together are beautiful enough, but each one is vivid like the night sky inlaid with jewels. Altogether, there are 7 tanks. Each one holds a different type of jellyfish. Some with poison, some without, categorized by aspects such as where they live. They really are beautiful. We're apparently now blue. Oh, we're now green. It's actually the light reflecting. That's a cool effect. I stop and stand in the very center between the 3rd and 4th tanks. I wonder if the last time we came, these tanks were here. Marie, my little sister. I lean back against one of the tanks and sit down. Whenever Marie's face appears in my mind, I lose all of my strength. If anyone saw me, I'd be embarrassed. Oh. No! You didn't just pull that bullshit writing thing, did you? Oh, well, if anyone else saw me, I'd be embarrassed. Could you not just say you'd be embarrassed? It's like the I'd be embarrassed. But here and now in Mantum Aquarium, and there is no one around. I heave a sigh and look up at the ceiling. For some reason, a large fan is revolving there. My memories of the last time we visited Mantum Aquarium aren't all bad. It was the first time in a long time all 4 of us had gone out as a family. Marie and I got along really well, and we always held hands as we walked. We would do things like play house or read picture books aloud. Marie was a bit more of a tomboy than I. So, even though I was the older sister, she was the one who gave the orders. I've just noticed that we're slowly going from the left to the right. I'm not sure what's there to the right. Wonder if this is like a double-sided mirror. Since it was the first time the 2 of the sisters went to the aquarium, it was natural for us to be very excited. Just as one would expect, the first time Marie and I laid eyes on the creatures of the sea, we experienced fear or in the sense of being deeply moved. The creatures we saw at that time have stayed with me as vivid memories. Happy memories. I still have plenty of them. About 1 year after Marie disappeared, she stopped coming up in conversation. That was going on too long. It was supposed to be a climax. Well, I think it's supposed to be exciting, and we're talking about Marie and thinking about Marie, and oh god, I'm sad, and we were still talking about it as if we were just, like, reading a classic play aloud. I don't know if my mother and father had accepted it as a tragic accident, or if the sadness has slowly faded, but my new normal had began. I had become an only child. But that is nothing more than an excuse I can't escape from. Marie, you're here, right? Finally, it seems my strength has returned and I stand up. Even though I asked, no answer will come. The thundering ventilation fan in the ceiling is the only sound I can hear. It was almost at the same time I stood up. Kya. A crack appears in the glass of the tank behind me. Since the glass doesn't make any noise when it splits, I realise it's broken when water splashes on my rear end. Water continues to flow out, gradually spreading to my feet. The amount of water from the tank is more than just puddles after a heavy downpour. Along with the water flowing forth, the jellyfish that had been in the tank until just a moment ago flowed out. In order to avoid contact with the water already soaking my sandals, I step back from the puddles without looking away. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest here. With this game, you could cut out a third of every paragraph. And I reckon you wouldn't lose anything. It would become better as a result. Ugh. How? Why? As if to play further with my already bewildered mind, the tank behind me also cracks. Now's the point you stay here, because someone's obviously going to come. That's more than a few cracks. This is a lot of cracks. Okay, I get it. This time I hear the high-pitched noise of glass cracking. This isn't water gushing out in the background. This is a tap which you can't quite turn off. It doesn't work properly, and it's probably adding a few euros to your bill every month. Like, following that, the tanks are each destroyed in turn. So how much water is now on the floor? Fuck all, apparently. There wasn't a lot of water in those tanks. So nice little CG. Again, I'd like to not do to break this bit, but you can't. Being stuck in the middle of the passage, water is closing in on me from all sides, leaving me pressed in between. The edge of the water is steadily drawing near. What should I do? The words that slide from my mouth also flow away with the water. The colours of the tanks that had once been so vibrant seem eerie to me. Among these jellyfish are poisonous ones. Even worse, some of them are fatal. On thinking that, my legs... Oh my god! On thinking that... You don't need to take me through everything. I get it. You're scared. You don't need on thinking that. You don't need so many of these sentences. The words that slide from my mouth also flow away with the water? What? You could scratch that completely! The colours of the tanks that had once been so vibrant now seem eerie to me. Oh god, some of these are poisonous. Fuck. You know? No. But no matter how frightened I become, I know I can't sit down. You have no choice but to run straight through? No, I can't think of anything. They're not... I mean, you could... Fuck it. She can't think of anything, we're just gonna stand here. No, I can't think of anything. I'm becoming panicked. If I don't calm down with my thoughts swirling around so frantically, I'm getting even more confused. It's a vicious cycle. My sandals are getting dirty. It isn't the first thing that occurs to me, but regardless, it's my only clear thought. The puddles of water are gradually drawing closer, and I can't feel anything from the strange jellyfish. I feel my heartbeat speed up as my chest starts to hurt from nervousness. Where the fuck are these jellyfish coming from? There weren't that many. At this point, I have to run through without worrying about my sandals. Though they are sandals, the soles are strong. As long as the jellyfish don't jump, I probably won't get stung. Little by little, the safe spots start disappearing. I tightly pull up my legs together, which makes me stagger. Kya! I let out a small scream. Fuck, I accidentally pressed space. What does it say? And straighten up a bit. With nothing behind me to lean against, I'm just about cornered. Oh, I thought that said concerned. I was about to get annoyed. I wonder if I'll die of jellyfish poison. Stop thinking about it! You keep saying, oh yes, whatever. I suppose we did choose the option, which said, you know, stay here and be a nonce. Rocked by waves of blended nervousness and fear, I carelessly entertain that line of thinking. Demeter gouging my fear must be in full tilt. I think with cool self-deprecation. You from earlier, huh? The sudden yell confuses me. Upon looking in the direction of the voice, I see that the door has been thrown open and a man is standing there. Shoot, why are your feet exposed? It can't be helped. That is definitely he or she. The man we had called names is now gently removing his shoes and tossing them over to me. My mind races as I catch them. They are thick-soled boots. Put these on and make your way over here. All of the jellyfish floating there have deadly poison. Be careful. I take off my sandals and put my feet into his boots just as he tells me to. The size doesn't fit at all and they are way too big, but not so big I can't walk in them. I cautiously take a step and, confirming it's all right, take my second, then third steps towards him with my sandals in one hand. Thank you very much. You can thank me later on. For now, don't look around, just come toward me. I know my breathing... Hang on a fucking second! The jellyfish are smashed out of their tanks and there's no water! What if they all magically reappeared in their water? My brain!